Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the trading table. This is Andrew. Joined with me is Landon, and today we're going to be going over some of the biggest movers of the market, what to watch for tomorrow, and more. Absolutely banger day for the market, right? Everyone was talking about, boom, we're in a recession, boom, this, boom, that. No, bull run to the moon, all right? Here's what we're looking at for today, all right? So we noticed SPY failed to make a new low here. Great bullish sign, right? A lot of other factors went into that, like NVIDIA was pretty high up at this time, right? If we look at NVIDIA right around this time, right, we were up almost 2%. Not even, a little bit more. I think that was around here, so like 3%. So great sign to hop in calls. You know, it really is this easy, okay? I mean, like, you just got to look for some signs in the market, get some evidence behind your thesis, and then boom, you're good. So SPY bull run, got to be studied. Great bull run, all right? This one's going in the Hall of Fame for sure. But, other than that, just SPY's kind of recovering, right? I don't think, the threat of a recession is as imminent as it was yesterday. Yesterday, if you asked me if we're going into a recession, I probably would have said absolutely. Now, today, it's more like, all right, we saw some buyers come back into the market. We saw some fear leave. The VIX is coming down a lot. As you can see, down 28% just today alone. And from that point where we hit 60, which was like COVID levels, right? We're down 57%. So the VIX is calming down. It still needs a little bit more time as there is still fear in the market. But nevertheless, right, we're seeing a lot of good bullish momentum. Even though at end of day, we were kind of met with a very steep sell-off, which basically canceled out the bull run today. It's just a good sign that we can have buyers flow into the market and we're not sliding like NKD on Monday morning, for example, right? If we look at Japan's markets futures here, we can see that, look at this. This all happened within, if we go here and pull from the open of the Sunday futures market to the low, we were down 12% in less than 8 hours, right? People are going to bed, waking up and being down like 12% in their index. Just to put that into perspective, SPY does 12% up per year. They did 12% down in 8 hours. So one night's sleep, boom, profit's gone. That's it. But they did recover all the way back up to, what's relatively considered a normal pullback, right? As you can see, Sunday opened here, and we were actually up since Sunday. So their market recovered very, very nicely. Definitely calmed things down a bit. So shout out to Japan for, not crashing the U.S. economy. Obviously, Japan's economy crashing is not, the only reason that the U.S.'s economy kind of had a big scare and a lot of fear in the market. There's also other factors like the war in the Middle East. Russia's getting involved, so we got an actual superpower to worry about now. If it was just Iran, would have been kind of a piece of cake for the U.S. Navy, right? U.S. Navy would have had that up and cleaned out in about 8 hours. But, now that another superpower is kind of getting involved there, can definitely add some more fear to the market. So not the best sign there. The dollar did kind of come back up since its, super, super low point yesterday, right? When the Japan market crashed, we saw all the way down to 102.160. Just to put that in perspective, we were chilling at around 106. Normal levels for me are kind of around like 104 for this time frame. So being down at 102 is pretty scary for the dollar there. But yeah, like I said, nevertheless, we are recovering. The threat of a recession is less. We're most likely going to see rate cuts in September, which is going to be super good for the stock market. So, a lot of good things on that front there. But something that was kind of involved in this bull run for SPY was NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA is kind of recovering. We had $2 trillion of money, right, wiped out of the S&P 500 and the U.S. economy. So, that can definitely cause a lot of bearishness. When people sell, demand goes down. Supply is being cut. That just kind of means free fall. But when, you have buyers coming back into a market, buying up the dip, that's when, you got things kind of looking strong. And you can kind of really see that in Bitcoin as well, right? If we go out to a higher time frame here, dude, we were all the way down at 49,000 almost. No, we did break 49,000. We were at 49,000. We were below 50,000 on Bitcoin. Today, we're at 56,000. So buyers came in, absolutely ate this dip. I mean, look at this, right? In just 30 minutes, Bitcoin was up 4% in one candle, right? That's pretty crazy. I'm not going to lie. So Bitcoin recovered very nicely. Stocks like Riot, Mara are kind of recovering off of earnings. Speaking of earnings, another thing that contributed to this crash was also the fact that we had earnings last week and the VIX was already high and there was already a lot of fear in the market. And then everything kind of piled together at once. So definitely not a super good sign. Nevertheless, though, we do have stocks like Intel still lagging behind, right? We've been talking about Intel for the past few days, and we've been watching Intel to the upside, and Intel is kind of just lagging behind. It kind of can be contributed to tech as a whole, besides like Nvidia and Meta lacking, right? We're still seeing Apple and Google kind of lack that bullish momentum that SPY was having. Even though Apple did kind of have a nice run up, it's not as sizable as it should be. The market's still super fearful. And when the market's super fearful, who is putting their money into Intel? Literally nobody, except for the people that know that we will recover. Once again, with Intel, we have not seen this level since 2013. That is not normal in today's market. That is definitely not normal in today's market, right? I do have a support down here at 1925. If we did break below this, super, super, super big warning sign. We do have dividends coming up tomorrow not tomorrow. Tomorrow's the ex-dividend date where, you have to be in the stock to receive a dividend. The payout date is Sunday. So you should see a lot of buyers come into Intel here. There's a lot of people who do play like that. They'll just like dump a lot of money into stock that's about to like report. So, maybe we could see Intel move to the upside here in the short term. Nothing that I would want to see for the long term, though. I'm predicting Intel back up to like 30 in 3 months. So, like anything else, it's anyone's guess. This one's a lot better reinforced just because we haven't seen price action like this since 2013. So this could be a really nice play here with Intel. But let's go ahead and jump over to Landon now for some of our big money plays for today.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew. In terms of big money was firing again. Just because fear is dying down, like you were saying. Today we had 5 big money plays, all pretty solid plays all around. First one being for Netflix, or ticker symbol NFLX, right? This one is a call option contract at a strike of 640, expiration of 11/15/2024, total premium count of 2.66 million, and a total volume of 684. Volume is pretty low. Just because the premiums are really expensive for this contract specifically, so that's why not a lot of people are buying it. But overall, in terms of review of this, what I do like today is that we did beat Spy for Netflix. If we would have seen it kind of trail Spy and move less than Spy did, I wouldn't have liked it as much. But the fact that it's showing that it's stronger than Spy, kind of gives me the idea that it is gonna keep going up stronger as we kind of pull out of this recession. And the fact that we didn't pull as low towards the end of close as Spy did in terms of from that high to close. But moving on to our next one is for ticker symbol ASTS, right? And this one's a put option contract at a strike 17.5 with an expiration of 9/20/2024, total premium count of 800K and a total volume of 3K. And you guys actually just saw there one of our trades we took had really good profit there on today for ASTS. But this one not my favorite just because of there's kind of a clear idea of what is going to happen here. Not a whole lot of time on these contracts. And basically what they're doing is, since we're kind of up, a little bit overvalued, they're just playing the fact that it's probably going to dip eventually in the next month or so. But moving on to our next one, we have for ticker symbol BILI, right? And this one is a call option contract, strike of 30, expiration of 1/17/2025, total premium count of 1 million, and a total volume of 19K, which is insane, but that's because premiums are super cheap. I actually do like this play just because it's kind of, playing that, this is the dip. Let's get in. Let's make some money because eventually it is going to pull back up. Because once it pulls back up, we will more than likely reach all-time highs. And you know how it goes. Just you go down, you go up. They're just playing that. They're playing that low, right? And the fact that, and I think I already said this, expiration of 1/17/2025 is beautiful. I love when there's a lot of time because you can leverage it more. But moving on to our next one, it's actually for ticker symbol RIVEN. And this one is a put option contract, strike of 12.5, expiration of 8/30/2024, total premium count of 800K, and a total volume of 15K. And I actually really like this one, even though there's not a lot of time. And when there's not a lot of time, it's not, kind of my favorite thing to enter. But in aftermarket, we're down a lot, more than SPY is, right? So that just kind of shows that more than likely tomorrow we're going to continue to downtrend. It might even make a new low. And earnings surprise of 1.57% the wrong way. So that's not good. Revenue, they did do pretty good, which is surprising because Rivian, I think their business model is not the best. But yeah, I mean, they're kind of just playing that if the fact that it's going to continue to downtrend. Rivian's not, I don't think they're the strongest in terms of future. But you never know. Moving on to our final one that we have for ticker symbol AHCO, and this one's actually a call option contract with a lot of time. The strike is 12.5. The expiration, you ready for this? The expiration is for 3/21/2025. Total premium count of 600K and a total volume of 9K. And I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this drop in price. This is crazy. You're buying the dip. This is perfect time to buy in. And with this amount of time, eventually it's going to pull back up, and we will see profit. This is first page in the book. This is literally first page in the book, right? You buy that low and then sell the high. So this is exactly what I want to see. Perfect play here with a lot of time to leverage. But other than that, back to you, Andrew.
Yeah, Landon, great plays here today. You really don't get this anywhere else except the trading table. But just with the market right now, just think about it as buying everything on sale. Sorry, just Landon just sent me a funny article. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at our earnings report for today. So looking at our earnings for this week, right? We can see that there's not a whole lot going on. But today before open we had Cat Uber, like I said, and then after close tomorrow we've got Airbnb. But other than that, not a whole lot going on. We do have Instacart as well. Before open tomorrow, we've got a big health name reporting earnings before market open. Disney, Shopify, Sony, CVS, some notable names in there. They're not super notable, but nevertheless, at least people know who they are, as opposed to like UPST. Actually, this might. No, yeah, okay. No, I thought that was something else. All right, but after close, we've got Robinhood, Monster Energy. Actually, didn't even know they had a ticker. I'm gonna be so honest with you. But yeah, I guess Monster's reporting Monster Energy's reporting earnings. But other than that, super quiet reporting earnings week. You have another big health name on Thursday before open. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and take a look at our economic calendar, which is actually super quiet for this week. So like I said with the economic calendar, right, super, super quiet for this week. Tomorrow we've only got crude oil inventories in the 10-year note auction. So super quiet. But that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the trading table. This has been Andrew Landon. Please be sure to check out our free Discord. The link is in description. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at market close.